Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hey, what's up, YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make an arcade claw machine house. The entrance to the house is situated at the base of the claw machine, and once you enter, you'll find a lavish survival-based interior, which can be expanded to a much larger area. We also have access to the second floor of the claw machine, which is where all of the prizes are held, which also gives you some opportunity to hide a few Easter eggs around your house. If you enjoyed this tutorial, all I ask is that you please like this video and maybe share it with your friends. That'd be really helpful and I'd really appreciate it. Without any further ado, let's get started. So before we begin, I can tell you that we need a 19 block by a 19 block area to make the claw machine. 19 blocks left to right and 19 blocks front to back. We also need all of these materials that you can see in my inventory and hotbar right now. Pause the video if necessary. I'm pretty sure that we only need these, however it is always possible that I've forgotten some. But make sure that you got all of these and we can begin. And please do pause if you need the time. Now, let's get started. So let's say that you have made this grid in your world because you want this to be easier. Not required, but advised. If you want to start on the front left-hand corner of the grid, then we're beginning in the same place. And we're going to start off by placing a row of 14 light grey concrete coming up from the ground. That's 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And go right of that 14th block by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go in front of this block also by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go right by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then go backwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go right of that 4th block also by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It really is the magic number, isn't it? So we want to do two things. From this 4th block, we want to connect down to the ground. However, we also want to go up on top of this 4th block by 20. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The goal now is to extend this 20th block all the way to the left with the aim of connecting it down here to the first row of, I believe, 14 that we made. So if you like, it's easier to actually extend this upwards, this 14th row, and then join it to the row that we just extended to the left. Like, extend it about as far left as you think you can go, and then just join up from the bottom, and you can't really go wrong. We then want to take the block that has joined the two rows together, which is, this is the corner block, this is what joined everything together. We want to go up on top of this block by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to go right by, well, we actually don't even have to count. You just want to go right, and you want to connect it all the way to, I believe it was this 20th block from earlier. You just want to like go right and then connect it down. It's fairly easy, really. Once you've done that, we want to take any one of the top corners of the claw machine. So either this corner or that other corner, doesn't matter. And you want to extend the corner backwards by 18. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then extend that 18th block across with the goal of connecting it to the opposite corner. And once again, just extend it to the right a little bit, and then take the corner that you want to join it to, and then extend that back and meet them in the middle. It's as easy as that. You then want to connect the two back corners of the machine down to the ground, the long corners all the way down to the ground, like that. That's one. And then I'm gonna start from the ground on this one because I know where the claw machine's actually gonna land on the ground because of the grid. So I'm also just going to connect that one upwards as well, or connect it down if you don't have the grid, and you'll end up with this shape right here. But that's not all we want to do. We also want to take the row of light grey concrete that we have near the top of the claw machine, and that row of light grey concrete wants to go all the way through the claw machine, meaning we want to extend it through the right, back and left sides of the claw machine, as well as the one that we have on the front. And this is the part of the claw machine that, it'd tell you what sort of claw machine it is if it's got a theme or whatever, and I've just chosen to write claw in the top of mine, which I'm highly considering adding right now. I think I'll add it right now, shall we? So this is the front of the claw machine, right? We've separated the claw machine a little bit, and we can now add, what you want to do is you want to add on each one of the four sides, add a grey concrete in the top corners of the claw machine, and the grey concrete also wants to go like down and to the right, or like down and inward. So for instance, like you want to place one in the corner, the top corner, on each one of the sides, and the grey concrete wants to go like down and inwards like that, just to provide a little bit of like, it just makes it look a bit nicer. So this wants to happen on each one of the four sides. There's no practical purpose to this, as I said, it really is just for aesthetics. It just adds like a little bit of shadowing to the claw machine. It just makes it look a little bit nicer, makes it look a little bit more detailed. That's pretty much everything. So like that. But we also have to fill in these sides of the claw machine. So like the areas that you have added the grey to, which, we've just done it, so I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You want to fill each one of these four sides in using red concrete. So, oh, by the way, I should have mentioned this. Your claw machine doesn't have to be red if it doesn't want to, but whenever I picture a claw machine in my mind, this is my mind, I always think of it as red. I don't know why. Red's my favorite color, so that might have a little bit of something to do with it, but you could easily make this green, yellow, orange, pink. On a previous claw machine that I've made, I actually got quite a few tweets of different colors that people had made their claw machines in. So I mean, they look good in any one color that you want to make. I've seen orange, I've seen green, those were really cool. Saw a guy make one that was blue. Really cool stuff. So, feel free to change it as you like. Maybe add a bit of a theme to it. Maybe make the tops of the claw machine, maybe make it a bit more patterned than it is now, rather than just like filling it in with solid red concrete block. It's up to you. I mean, you really can customize this until you are happy. This really, if you wanted it to be, could just be like the skeleton of the build. So that's what we want to have, right? We have completely filled in the tops. And whilst we are doing annoying jobs, and this is an annoying job, we're also going to fill in the top of the claw machine in using red concrete. Now, if you wanted to as well, on the top of the claw machine, you could add the same grey corner bits as we did on all of the 4 sides. You could absolutely do that if you wanted to. However, it's the very top of the claw machine. You don't feel as though that you have to add detail to all of it, but I might do it anyway just to add a little bit of detail. But this is actually going to take quite a while, so strap yourselves in. A lot of this claw machine is just a lot of filling in, and we've got even more of it in just a moment. Actually, it actually never ends when it comes to this. It's just like a series of filling in constantly, but it will look awesome once it's finished. But the point that I was going to make after this point right here, once we have filled in the top of the claw machine, we're also going to have to add yet another row inside. So, like, you know how this is like the top part of the claw machine? You know the row of horizontal light grey concrete? We also have to add a row of material inside of the claw machine as well. So, like, once you fill the top in like this, we now have to come just inside the claw machine, and I'm actually going to use white concrete for this, right? We want to fill in this top part, like where the grey concrete is, like just a few rows down from where we were just filling in. We want to add in a row of white concrete to completely fill in the top of the machine. Now, this is very, very important because you guys know what's up here. What's at the top of the claw machine? It's a claw. So we're going to, after this, we're going to be adding in the hanging claw, which is going to look really cool. And that's another thing that can be customized, by the way. You know, once you have filled in this top part in particular, and, you know, feel free to use a color other than white. It's just that white really does, like, it kind of stands out a little bit from the outside of the machine, just because it's like such an easy to look at color. Once we have done this, you can position the claw itself in any sort of positions. However, I'm going to be centering the claw. We're going to make sure that the claw machine is actually right in the very center of the actual machine itself, just because I think it looks a little bit better. But you could have it so that, like, the claw was actually, like, reaching down and grabbing one of the prizes, which would be pretty cool. So, you know, it's up to you how you do want to do this. But once you have filled in the top part of the claw machine here using your white concrete, there you go, perfect. We now want to add in what I'll call the rails for the claw machine. So, we want to add a row of grey concrete underneath the very left-hand side of white concrete that we have inside of the build. So, like, from here, we want to place a row of grey concrete going from front to back, like just underneath the white. We then want to place stone slabs inside of the grey concrete like this. We then want to place another row of grey, and this is going to be the first rail. You know how the claw moves like front and back and left and right? That's like what it would sit on. Now, the next thing that we have to do, we actually have to determine where the middle of this is. Like, we have to figure out where the middle of this row is, okay? Because this is an odd number, we have to figure out where the middle of the row is. And I can tell you that this row of grey concrete should be 17 blocks long, which means, if I can do a little bit of quick math here, the ninth stone slab coming in from either side should be the middle. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This should be the middle. We then want to place a row of stone slabs that goes all the way to the right of the build. And that looks like the middle to me. That's perfect. So you take the 9th stone slab coming in from the left to the right, and then you place a row of stone slabs coming all the way to the right like that. And then we're just going to place a row of grey concrete either side of the stone slabs, and that is going to be the other rail like this. Okay? So that looks pretty good. It just looks like a T shape. But what we now have to do is we have to find the middle of the claw machine again. So, you know, it is kind of tricky, but the claw machine is also 19 blocks wide, which means that once again, so from like this end here to the end there, if we find the 9th block in, we should find the middle. I know this is kind of tricky, right? So like from this block, we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But actually, we're not looking for the center. We're looking for the center of this row, really. So like this block, I think would do. Like we're looking for kind of like this block right in the middle of the row of stone slabs. So that's going to be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to go the 8th block in. This is where the claw machine is going to hang. So I'm going to destroy the stone slab. I'm going to place black concrete. I'm going to destroy left and right of that black concrete. Going to place black concrete there. I want to destroy the grey up above the grey and below it. And I'm going to place black in there instead. And then I'm going to extend the row of black forwards by 1 row. And backwards by 1 row. I'm then going to add another row of black underneath what I've just made, like this. And then I'm going to take the very middle of this black row, and I'm going to place I need a few materials. I need sea lanterns, I need stonebrick stairs, I need iron bars, and I need my grey concretes and stuff. I'm going to place a sea lantern right in the middle, like that, like in line with where the rails are. I want to place grey concrete all the way around the sea lantern, like this. Underneath the sea lantern, I'm going to place 4 iron bars. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. I'm then going to place a dark grey concrete, like that. I'm then going to place... What else am I going to place? I want to then place underneath that, I'm going to place another sea lantern. And I'm going to place light grey concrete all the way around the sea lantern like this. I'm then going to place, coming outwards, down and diagonally from all of the light grey concretes, I'm going to place grey concrete like this. Like coming outwards and diagonally from every single one of the light grey concretes. And I'm not convinced that that is actually in the middle of the build, by the way. I'm almost certain that it isn't. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I don't think that we can actually get it in the middle. So, well, I guess we could. We'd like shuffle it that way, I think. And then it'd actually be in the center. But I'm just going to leave it like that. You can reposition this if you like. I'll leave the claw where it is. But anyway, we placed all of the grey concrete. We want to add another grey concrete below all of the greys, like this. And then we want to place upside down stonebrick stairs underneath all of the grey concretes. And the stairs want to be positioned like this, so that they're kind of like coming outwards like that. We then want to place a stonebrick stairs inwards from each one of those 4 stonebrick stairs, just like that, if that makes sense. And then we're going to add a stone slab underneath all of those last stonebrick stairs. So it looks as though that the claw is actually like, you know, it looks like a proper claw. Yeah, that's not in the center of the build. I actually think that 1 or 2 blocks over would have been fine. But in this position, it looks as though that the claw has it's just like come back up and it's now recoiling and it's going to reset. But if that really bothers you, just reposition it so that it is, you know, wherever you like. But that is the claw part of the claw machine pretty much complete, and that's actually kind of like a complex part of this, so I'm quite happy. Okay, next part is we want to grab our light grey concrete and we want to connect the back part of the control panel together, which means that we want to take this light grey concrete and we want to connect it to the back part of the control panel like that. Connect those 2 parts together. And we also want to take the light grey concretes that we now, like the row of light grey concrete, the horizontal row, we want to extend that. And we want to have it go all the way through the machine. We want to have it go all the way through the middle of the machine, kind of like cutting it in half, if you will. And the reason for this is because this is where the glass display case is going to be. This is where all the prizes are going to be. So I'm also going to recommend that you fill the bottom of this in. So like inside of the row of light grey concrete, fill in your claw machines. So you can use white concrete for this, you can use quartz slab, you can use quartz block. I'd recommend it. Quartz block is actually kind of good because it's a bit lighter than the concrete, but it shouldn't matter too greatly which material you pick. And inside of the claw machine, obviously, we've got some prizes inside the claw machine. That's the whole point. So we are going to... I think we'll actually make the little room first, okay? Because I do want to show you how to make the little hidden room inside the claw machine, and then I'll show you how to actually, like, I'll probably show you how to make a few prizes after that. I think that we'll just get this part ready, and then I'll show you how to make a few prizes and stuff after we've actually made the hidden room. Because that's kind of important, because the hidden room, like the way that you get up into the claw machine is, you know, it's through a stairway, or rather a row of ladders, and you enter the claw machine via one of the toys' heads that you are, you know, you're trying to win by playing the claw machine. So it's just good that we've got this filled in right now. That's pretty good, and we should end up with something that should look like that. That's not too bad. Okay. Next, we're going to do the control panel. So, begin by filling in the top of the control panel using red concrete. Just completely fill it in, like this. Okay? Now, what else do we need? So, we need some more stuff. We're going to need some stone slabs, some quartz slabs. We need yellow concrete, black, light blue, orange. We also need, we've got our stone slabs, haven't we? Probably some grey concrete. We'll need some light grey concrete later on. But we might also need some stairs later on too, depending on how we build this. Okay, so you want to take the very center of the red concrete that you just placed on the left of the control panel, this block, and you want to place a stone slab on top of this block. Right of that, place a black concrete and go up on top of it by 2. 1, 2. Then place a light blue concrete on top and extend it forwards, right, left, and back, like this. And then place an orange concrete on top of it, and that is a joystick. Then place stone slabs all the way at the base of the joystick like this, in kind of like a plus-shaped manner. Come to the right-hand side of the control panel now, and you're looking for this red concrete block right in the middle of the right hand side, and you want to place a yellow concrete. Go left by 2, 1, 2, and then take the middle yellow concrete and extend it down and also up. Place quartz slabs in between all of those, and that is the button. That's how you would like control the claw to come up and down. We also have to make the base of the control panel and the 2 coin slots. So you want to take the front left hand corner of the control panel, and you want to place 4 grey concrete coming down from the front left-hand corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the same on the front right-hand side. We want to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. Then you want to add... we need red concrete. You want to add a row of red concrete inside of the rows of grey concrete. And then add a row of red concrete at the top, like this, underneath the light grey. Then add a row of black concrete on the left and the right. Then extend the black concretes inwards by 1 each at the bottom. Place orange concrete on top of those, with then stone slabs half a row above, just underneath the red concrete. And those are the 2 coin slots. If you like, you can also place like a dark block behind each stone slab like this, and then it kind of looks like more of a coin slot. And then we're just going to fill in between the 2 coin slots in using red concrete like that, which looks pretty good. And we also want to take the back bottom corners of the control panel. We want to take the 4th block in the rows of grey, and we also want to place 4 grey concrete coming back from each one of the corners. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and also 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to fill in this area using red concrete like this, and also the opposite side we want to fill this in using red concrete too, like, oh no, like this. There we are. There we go, just like that, so that we filled in all of those sides of the control panel. Oh, we also have to fill in the bottom too. That's something that is easily forgotten. We're just going to fill the bottom of this in using red concrete as well, just like that. And that's the control panel. That's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. So you can see we've actually got a lot of this built right now. So what we now want to do is we want to come to the base of the actual claw machine, And you want to take the light grey concretes on the ground, and you want to do this to them. You want to place a light grey concrete coming inwards from each of the light grey concretes on the ground, and then you want to place grey concrete on top of the light grey like this. And you want to do this all the way around. So coming inwards from each one of the 4 bottom corners of the claw machine, you want to place light grey concrete coming inwards with grey concrete on top. So you'll end up with something that should look exactly like this. What we now have to do is we have to make the entrance to the claw machine. So you want to take the front bottom left hand corner of the claw machine, and you want to take the light grey concrete with the grey on top, and you want to place 5 red concrete going right of these 2 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another row on top like that. Then place a row of black concrete on top of that. Then take the left black concrete and go up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go right and connect down. So that is actually where we're going to be entering the claw machine. What we then want to do is behind the square of black that we've created, we want to place 3 rows of light grey concrete. So behind all of it, that's going to be 1 row all the way behind, and then 2 rows all the way behind, and then 3 rows all the way behind, like this. Just like that. And I'm also going to place a sea lantern just in the center of that, because that's the entrance. And I'm going to place a row of grey concrete behind that last row like this. Like that. That's pretty cool. And what we now have to do is we have to make the hidden room inside of the claw machine. So it's quite easy, and it can be a lot bigger than what we're making if you like. But I'm going to take the row of grey concrete that we have, and I'm going to extend it to the right using a row of red concrete, like that. So that'll be 1, 2... Actually, if we just count this middle bit, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, add 3 rows of red concrete to the left of this left side, like that's 1, 2, 3 rows like this. We then want to take this row of red on the right hand side and this row of red on the left, and we want to extend it towards the back by 8 rows. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you want to extend all of those rows of red backwards. So you want to extend the very left hand side and the very right hand side backwards. So we're just going to create the secret room inside of this, and you want to do the same on the right hand side, and you don't have to count it out, you just have to make sure that it is equal to the row that we have on the left hand side there. So it should be fairly easy to do, like this. We're also going to add a floor. I'm going to change the floor material. I think I'll change it to oak wood planks, just because I like how it looks a little bit more. Looks a little bit homelier using oak wood planks, in my opinion. So I'm just going to add oak wood planks for the flooring, like this, just in the center, because this is the bottom of the room. Just like this. Cool. I'm also going to add the back wall as well. So this is like the back wall of the house too. So we're just going to fill this in using red concrete. I'm going to fill the top of this in using quartz slabs because I kind of like the material to keep it nice and bright. And it kind of keeps it with the theme as well. Like there's just something about it. It's kind of like a nice theme with like the red, white, and the like oak like this. So now what we've essentially created is we've created a box that we can live in. And the box needs an entrance. So I'm going to use grey concrete, and I'll even grab a door too, which I didn't include in the materials list, but you know. I'm going to place an oak door right in the front center of this, and then grey concrete all the way around it, like this, so it's not completely obvious what this place is. Oh, we also need a way to get up, so I'm actually going to install some quartz stairs just on like the front of the arcade machine like this, on the claw machine like that, just so that you're actually able to like walk up and into the room. So now you can see that we've actually got a pretty decent looking room in here. I think I'll add a sea lantern right in the middle of the ceiling like that, and maybe even like one here one here, just to light it up a little bit. I probably wouldn't do this if I was trying to furnish the house and make it look nice, but, you know, we've got some sea lanterns in here so we can, you know, it's nice and bright. Well, we also need to be able to get up to inside of the actual build. So I'm going to destroy an entrance back here. Like, it's going to be about 3 blocks wide, like this. And I want it to look fancy, so I've got about 3 blocks wide. And I'm going to place grey concrete inside the left and right-hand sides of this, just like this. So let's see how that looks. Does that look quite good? This is going to be the entrance up onto the 2nd story. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I think I'll add some quartz slabs as well, just like here. There we go, so that looks a little bit more professional. I'm also going to, we need to actually be able to climb up, so we need a row of like red concrete or something, like going all the way up to the top of the actual claw machine. So we'll be breaking in there, and then we want to extend the grey concrete upwards like this, and the grey concrete upwards like this. And unless you wanted a 2nd story to your house, like built directly on top of this, which you could absolutely do, I'd also recommend like sealing in this as well, like that. So now you can see that we've got our room, we've got our entrance, and you would just need some ladders. Again, another material that I didn't include on the list, I suppose, but we need to have like a row of ladders. Come in. Why can't I place those? Was I a bit too close? There we go. So now we have a row of ladders. So the way that this would function, obviously, is we can climb up into the front of the claw machine like this. We'd open the door. This is the little secret room. We can then climb all the way up these ladders into the actual claw machine itself where the prizes are. And speaking of prizes, let's make the room that we would actually like enter into. So yeah, this could be anything. This really could, like, this could be any sort of mob or whatever prize you wanted to include. But we are going to build a house or a little creeper head around the entrance here. So just up above this, it could even be a diamond. Oh, that's kind of a cool idea. Oh, I like the sound of that. Oh, I'm not going to do it though because I planned creeper head. Okay, anyway, this is the entrance onto the 2nd story of the house, right? And we want to build a creeper head. So we're going to leave all of this empty space here. We're going to leave this part alone, right? And then we want to, or it might be easier if you do place a ring of lime green concrete around the entrance, and then place another row of lime green concrete going all the way around like this. And then extend up the outer ring of lime green concrete after destroying the inner ring, and extend it upwards by probably about 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's probably about 5 blocks high, right? And you just want to build up all of the walls of the creeper head just like this. And I think we're also going to be maybe placing a pig, maybe even an enderman. Probably not an ender dragon, it's kind of too small in here, but maybe like an enderman or maybe like a pig or something. So you just want to basically create like a nice green box around it, and then you would make something that looks kind of creepery, right? So like you'd give it some eyes like in the top corners, you'd also give it a mouth like down here like this, probably connect it together like that. So now you've got like a nice little creeper head just like that. If you wanted to provide some light too, maybe destroy the top of the creeper head and add a sea lantern in, and that'll also make it easier to see from the outside as well. So now, if we were to destroy into the back of the creeper head, we can add a door, and then we have access to the house down below, right? So that's pretty cool. We also have to make the area that, like, let's say this was an actual arcade claw machine. We have to create the area where the toys would be like dropped into. So on the front left-hand corner, you don't want to touch this white concrete block, but if you move inwards diagonally from here, place a black concrete and go right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend to the left, connect backwards like this to create a hole, and then destroy the white concrete inside of it, and then place grey concrete like this inside of the empty space, and you'll end up with something that should look exactly like that. So you can see it's actually shaping up to look really cool. So then you'd obviously want to include some more prizes inside of this. So let's say that you wanted to make a pig head, right? So you'd probably start with like a row of 5 pink concrete. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then like a row of 4 going back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then connect backwards like this. Like start off with a row of 5 by 5. And then add 4 rows of pink concrete, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're making a 5 by 5 by 5 box. So 5 blocks long, 5 block width, and also 5 blocks high as well. So depth, width, height, length, whatever. You guys get the point. It's 5 by 5 by 5, like that. I'm going to fill all but 1 block in at the top, like this. I'm going to place a sea lantern to keep it nice and bright. Might even do the same here, like inside of this, I might add like another sea lantern to try and light the inside a little bit. The pig has to be given some eyes, so I think like destroy these 2 blocks on the left and right hand side. Grab some white concrete and place like white concrete here and here, with little like cross-eyed black concretes here. And then like he just needs a snout, so maybe like a magenta concrete here and here. And then pink concrete all the way around. Maybe even just, actually, this might work, like here. Then destroy that. Then like white yeah, that actually looks kind of good, right? So that's like a nice pig head there. That's another prize. Maybe that's what we were trying to get. And then, I mean, it kind of depends whether is that enough? Would you like another prize? Another prize that I kind of like had an idea for was like white concrete, orange, red, yellow. And use the oakwood planks, and then place like a white concrete, an orange, red, and yellow, something like that, you know, like a torch. I mean, I can't remember what the configuration is for a torch actually, but it's kind of like, oh, it's like yellow, orange, yellow, white, but it doesn't really matter that much. And then like if you placed a couple of oak planks like down below from it, then it kind of looks like a torch, which would be another cool prize. I mean, you could even make it a bit more 3D as well, right? So like you could like extend it upwards and then like you know, just double up on all of the blocks. Then that's kind of like a cool prize right there, in my opinion. And then you've kind of like filled in the top part of that quite nicely, really. And as a matter of fact, I mean, that's a lot of the claw machine done, guys. That's actually a lot of it done. All we have to do from this point onwards, right, is we have to fill in the bottom of the claw machine and the top of the claw machine. Oh, and we also have to write claw. I almost forgot about that. Grab quartz stairs and quartz slabs, right? You want to come all the way up to the top front part of your claw machine. So you're on the top of the claw machine. This is the top corner, and you're looking for this red concrete block right here. I'm sure you'll be able to find it, not too difficultly. That's probably not a word. So you want to find this red concrete, and you want to place a quartz slab in front of it, and you want to place 3 quartz slabs underneath it. 1, 2, 3, like that. Or is it 4? I think it's 3. Yeah, it's just 2 blocks. And then you want to take the top and place a quartz slab to the right of it, and the bottom and place a quartz slab to the right of it. You then want to leave a gap of 1, and leaving a gap of 1, you want to place another stick of quartz slabs coming down. So like, you basically just want to place 2 quartz blocks like that, coming down 1 row to the right of it. You then take the bottom and you extend it to the right to give you your L. Then leaving another gap of 1 going right, you want to place another 2 quartz blocks like this, extend the top block to the right by 2, 1, 2, and then create another stick by placing 3 quartz slabs coming down. That's 1, 2, 3. And then you want to place a quartz slab here to create an A. Now, all that's left is a W, which is kind of like a tricky letter. But we want to basically, you want to place an upside down quartz stairs in this position, like 1 block away from the bottom of the A. You want to place a quartz slab going right of the top of the stairs, and then an upside down quartz stairs going right of the slab. We then want to place quartz blocks on top of the upside down stairs, and that will look very much like the letter W, and you will have written claw. This build looks awesome. I really love how this actually looks like with all the interior missing and stuff. It actually looks pretty cool. But that's what you want to have so far, and the only two things that we have left to do, and I'm not going to be doing this on recording because it will actually take ages, and it won't really help me to be doing it with you, or it won't help you for me to do it with you, I should say. Okay, so all you got to do now is you just have to fill the bottom of the claw machine in using red concrete. Okay, the entire bottom of the claw machine just has to be filled in using red concrete like this. And I'll probably do a panel, right? I'll probably just like fill in a panel, but we actually have to just fill in the bottom of the claw machine on each one of the 4 sides using red concrete, or possibly if you did use a different color in the end, if red maybe isn't your thing. We actually haven't filled in that much of the claw machine, so you could actually easily change it now if you were having a change of heart. But the bottom of the claw machine wants to be filled in on all sides using red concrete like this, just like that. And the upper part wants to be filled in either using white glass or regular glass. I don't know which should actually be better. I kind of like the look of white glass, but I also like regular glass as well. I don't know which to do. I honestly don't. It could go either way. Might just leave it with the white glass. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use regular glass. You saw white glass at the start of the video, so you can make your judgments which one you like more, yeah? So I'm going to fill this in. I'm going to fill this in using glass. And this is going to take ages, basically. This is going to take a really long time, which is why I'm not going to do this on recording. So now, you can see you fill the bottom of the claw machine in with red. You can fill the upper side of it in with glass. You do it all the way around, and you'll end up with something that should look exactly. So this is what the whole thing should look like once it's been 100% fully completed. As you can see, all we have done is we have filled in the sides of the claw machine, the bottom half using red concrete and the upper half using regular glass. Now, you're going to have to make the decision yourself. Do you want to use regular glass or would you like to use white stained glass? Completely up to you. It depends which one you like the look of better. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope that you've enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making this, designing it, and doing the tutorial. I hope that you guys did too. If you did, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. It helps me out a ton. If you want to keep up to date with the channel, please hit that subscription button and click the little bell next to it to ensure that you got all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And if you do want to make anything else by me, of which there is a huge variety, I have cartoon builds, movie builds, modern houses, survival houses, tree houses. I have all sorts of houses and builds and just fun stuff that you guys can check out in the card system in the description below. Check out the playlist. I'm sure that you'll be able to find some stuff that you would very much enjoy. I can almost guarantee that you'll find some stuff that you'd really like to check out. Card system and the description below. That's where it is to be. And that is all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you so much more than you could possibly know. And I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye!